Good morning and welcome to day 11. And we are going to be creating a really quick and easy card for all the guys in your life. Here I have a piece of craft cardstock that I have folded to make it into a portrait size card. Here's an adorable image from the greeting farm. It's a My Guy Ian image that I colored with my Copics. And I'm going to be showing you in this first half of the video how I add a glow behind my images. And I just recently started doing this more and more. This is in some Artist Soft Pastels. These have great pigment, which makes them fabulous, but they're in the middle, so they're not the best and they're not the worst pastels. And I got them at my local art store. And we're going to be using a cadmium yellow, which is the yellow I just picked up there. And then I also use an old, just torn off piece from a flour sack towel. I love flour sack towels when I'm creating. And here I'm just adding it onto the tip with my finger. Then I'm going to be applying it. It's so super easy. But anyway, back to the flour bag towels. They're my favorite. They're super absorbent, especially if I'm sloshing color on canvas or watercoloring or just doing a lot of distressing. It's a great towel to have on hand, and I have a ton of them that are all filled with paint. So here you see me applying the color, and I'm getting the darkest yellow closest to the body, and then I'm going to feather out that yellow on the side. So I want the darkest, brightest yellow around him, and here I'm feathering it out. So it was super easy. Here I'm taking Distress ink, and by now you should all know my favorite is Vintage Photo and Antique Linen. Then I'm going to do that to the card as well. And I guess this is really going to be like a single layer. We are going to use some pop dots, but it doesn't make it super dimensional. I'm not using any designer paper. I know, I was kind of freaking out a little. Here is a stamp set. I forgot what it was called. Something Elements from Stampin' Up! And I'm using those two that I took out, and they're some of my favorites. And I had gotten this set originally for my boys, and I just am pulling it out again so that I can make them some cards. I'm going to be using weathered wood and peeled paint for the colors of Distress inks. I'm just going to slap that right down in the middle. Super easy. And then you're going to see here that I ended up changing my mind. I ended up cutting out this image just because I think it would look better. And it did turn out to look better with the style of stamping that I was doing. Now I'm applying the peeled paint just to the corners. And see, that looks cool. But it just wasn't what I wanted, so I ended up cutting out the image. But I kept in the first part of how I color around my image with the pastels, just because I think that's a cool tip. But for the card, I cut him out. So here he is all cut out, and we're going to put him up on some pop dots. I distressed around the edges with Vintage Photo after I cut him out. And that's the best thing about art, is when you're in the middle of something and it doesn't work, you can change your mind and it's completely okay. One of my favorite stamps that I have that I don't have yet by Tim Holtz is Life. Oh, now I'm going to mess it up. Life is art without the eraser, or something similar to that. So here's the stamps that I use, my guy Ian. I'm going to be using the thanks because I'm making this for a friend who helped me out with a project. And I saw that when I originally cut my stamp set apart, it wasn't straight, so I just fixed it up. I love that about cling stamps. And I'm going to be using some paper tray ink, dark chocolate ink, and stamping that, what is that, on the side. So thank you for tuning in, and sorry for the 1 day delay, and tomorrow I'll have something hopefully that is super fabulous for our last day. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye.